What the fuck's happening with the Thrustmaster thing? Right, guys, changing thing. Unfortunately. I don't know what that's turn itself on and off. Fucking stupid. It's still in there. Is it deleted it? No, it's still in there. Okay. Sorry, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, it appears that for some reason ATS is acting really janky with me. I thought I'd sort it out the other day when I re-thingied the files, but here's not. Unless the latest update, because there was an update yesterday, and Tav and the guys couldn't get back on after they were doing miles. So it looks like we're going farming, peoples. Looks like we're going farming. Right. Just have to reinitiate the folder, and then we shall get on the community farm instead. Sorry about the non-trucking, but hey, it's a thing. Sometimes happens. You know, you go to get on and you go to drive and it's all janky. I'm in the US server, no issues. Well, you know, some people are having issues, Brack. Some people are not having issues. The individual person. And morning again, Chris. You know, Luke come in. First thing he said is he was having issues this morning on a server as well. So you know, you might be one of the lucky ones that are not having issues. But I've just tried to go on and it's lagging like a bitch. I had the same the other day and verifying the folder for ATS worked. Day it hadn't worked. So we'll have a look later. But anyways, you know, I can't just sit around and wait for it to work, so we're going to go farming instead. On the community farm, Montana ×4. We're just waiting for the reload of mods. And then we shall load up the game. Well, that's some more loaded, just initiating. Processing, boost, set, load the game. Oh yeah, got to change the Moser over to farming. Come on, farming. Thank you. Just loading into the game itself. Multiplayer, join game. That's the map. Start. Start. Nope, start. So this is not the farm we were on yesterday, guys. We were on Saxingham yesterday. This is Montana. It is strange as I've been in and out like a yo-yo building modded trucks. Yeah. Like I say, I've just tried to go on. It's janky for me. Luke's just come off, said it was janky for him. So, you know, like I say, some people are just having some luck. We'll try it again later because, of course, you know, I want to get my miles in. You know, as is going to go on in a minute, and so, you know, by the looks of it. So, you know. like I said, I had the problem 3 days ago. Verified my files the other day, and it seemed to clear it up. And yet there was a yesterday when it tab was on, and they had 2 updates, one after the other, and the second one was coming up error. So there was definitely a problem. You know, after they did the update on TMP yesterday, it came up error. Now whether, I don't know, that error sort of stayed with some people, I don't know. But I know something. They definitely need to, I don't know, properly fucking chase these fucking voters before they put them out. Because for me, this is the second update in a row that it's created a shitty game for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I could have done a single player convoy this morning and still done my miles. Thinking about it now, you know, I didn't really need to come off the game. I could have just loaded up single player convoy and cracked on. Crazy Chris gone off the lurk. So we're getting near the 100%. This map just takes a little bit longer to load in because of how big she is. Come on, shaders, calm down. So it's the first time I've been on the community map since the last NVIDIA update, which was the other day. I was going to suggest a single player load, just reset the game. Yeah. Yeah. Right, let's just wait for this to load. Right. Hey, how we doing? So on the community farm, all this bittiness is just waiting for it to load. I mean, like I say, there was a NVIDIA update the other day, and yeah, that could be the reason why. I don't know. Maybe some things have been borked. So as soon as this catches up, we're just going to run some contracts. Why is this thing down here? That's new. That's new. Oh, there's a cow barn here now. Okay. Oh. She's a nice cow barn. Possibly need some straw. If I can get some. The fuck are you doing just lying in the middle of nowhere? Oh, is that the pasture? Okay. I ain't seen that before. Cow barn. There we go. She's calming down. Right. So here she is, Montana ×4. We own this little talent here. That's like where most of our vehicles are. We own the farm here. That was our starter farm with a few fields. And we own a bit up here. To be honest, I don't know what's going on up there. I know 3 tits are up there, so anything like stone picking or such has to go up that way. But anyway, is there anything on the farming pages for stuff that Mr. H wants us to do? So job list, Montana ×4. No, it just says that we're doing contracts, and if you're doing contracts, please make sure you wash fuel and shit afterwards. So let's go find a job, man. There ain't much for job. Oh shit! 109 plowing. On 11 cultivating, that'll take us all day, all stream. I'm afraid we're going to have to do the boring one. Cultivating the big field. Right, so. No, it's not that one I want. Praise you like I do. Ah, somewhere here, yeah. That'll do. Big bugger there. Where's half the vehicles gone? There's like spaces in these sheds, I went there the other day. No, not that one. Map, not that one. Change profile to farming. That might help. And what am I doing? I'm cultivating. That's the plow over there. Cultivator's over here. That's the cultivator there. Right, we're going to 111. Right at the end. You know what that is. That's the easy one. Like I say, we'll have another go at American Truck after I finish stream and see what it's like then. We'll try it in single player. We'll try it in, you know, we'll do a job in single player, see if it's all right. It may just need a single player, I don't know, like a play, like an hour on single player, or just to reset the thing or something. I don't know. I'll give up. Give up. It sounds like Jar Jar Binks. Give up. So this first contract could be a while, guys, because this is one of the bigger fields on the map. There's not much other else to do. There's a ploughing contract, and some wood contracts. Morning, Mimi. How you doing? We would have been trucking, Mimi, but when I loaded up ATS in a UK server and an American server, it was borked like it was the other day for me, anyways. Music Man Luke's come in and said it was janky for him a little bit before he logged off. Brax has come in and said his is fine. So I don't know what was going on. I can't. Trying to wait for shit to happen. You know, content. But I shall get on later and test it and maybe load up single player and do some miles on there, and then, because technically speaking it's still a stream day, so I still need to get, well, 5k in. So yeah, I should be on it for a good while later, seeing if I can crack out some miles. I tried verifying files like I did the other day, it didn't work. So my guess is that some people who probably downloaded the partial fucked update, it might be affecting. That's what I'm guessing anyway. TMP is fine for you and morning. Yeah, like I said, well, to some people it's fine, to some people it ain't fine. I don't know what they've done, what they tried to do, but yesterday's update, you know, I was watching Tabs yesterday when they updated TMP twice, and one update he got back in straight away. The other update came up with an error when they tried to load in. You know, there was him, there was Red, Loopy, and in the end, Loopy decided to stop stream because it was near the end of a stream anyway. Tav and Red carried on trying to get in for another 2-3 goes, and all of a sudden they just went, nope, sorry, that's it, that's the end. Uninstall, try reinstall. I don't know, maybe. I mean, my game's fairly newly installed anyways. I might try reinstalling TMP. That might do it. You know, maybe there's been too many. Although, no, not really, because remember, I've just had to reinstall my whole computer. So there shouldn't be too many TMP reinstalls, although there's been a couple of janky ones, so maybe clean reinstalling, I don't know, a fresh copy of TMP might be the way to go. No, just totally delete TMP and reinstall it fresh. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it anymore. But anyway, we shall do our miles later. Like I say, normally this would be a stream day for TMP, but yeah, fortunately no. Don't ask when a minute is, I don't know. No messages this morning either. He did look very tired the other day when he was on there. Unless, I mean, there is another possibility, unless, you know, like I say, my computer is getting a little old now. And maybe, I don't know, maybe some stuff's starting to happen. I mean, it's the second hard drive I've had to put in since brand new, because the OS hard drive's borked. This one's slightly slower than the last one. Right, this field that we're going to should be, see those blue buildings ahead of us? Just to the left of them, you can see the bridge. And this field should be just across the other side of the bridge. Yeah, maybe my computer's showing signs of age. No, you're only really supposed to keep an iOS in for like 3 or 4 years, and I think that's coming near the end. Come on, draw them shaders. I mean, I expect with the server, the farm server, I expect a little bit of jankiness when you first go in when there's been a NVIDIA update, because that's what it does. It has to like put all the colors in the cache and shit. So you expect a little bit of thing. I don't know why it does it on a NVIDIA reinstall, where not a reinstall, but a NVIDIA update where it empties your cache of shaders. That just seems fucking weird as fuck. But it does it. What'd you do to me? Yeah. So this is a massive field, guys. Yeah, this is going to take us a good hour and a half, maybe, to do this, but it's well worth it. I mean, 80,000 just cultivating. Hopefully it don't take too long, though. Whoa. But this is another one of those maps, like a bit like Saxingham, where we found it, or somebody else found it for us, and we had a good look around it and went, yes, mate, this is the kind of scenery we want while we're farming. It's an American map, but it's not flat. I mean, we said this before. Tav said it. I've said it. And anybody who's streamed on this map would have said it. You know, it's not flat. It's got undulations. It's got hills. It's got stuff that you want to see, and be able to like driving around. But yeah, no job list. So yeah, we're free to do whatever jobs we like. It is midday, so we do have the option after we do this one and the next contract, which is, oh, that one's completed. Okay, we'll have to check that, make sure they took everything off that field. I don't know what it was. So we'll have to check 97 in a minute. What we'll do is we'll take the left, and then we'll check that one, and we can bring it in. So we got a ploughing, a sowing, and then if we need to, we can skip the day, and then we'll have to check our own fields. Always after you change the day, you need to check your own fields. But with a server, you just need to give it that little bit extra time, especially a big server like this one. You just give it that little bit extra time just to load everything in, load all your fields in, textures and shit. Oh, no, it's not working out, is it? Come on, odd round. I'm out of it. Now let's go back. That'll do. Boosh. Right, let's go check that field that was done. See if everything got taken off of it. What was it? It was 97. Uh, 97, which is over here somewhere. There it is. What is it? Yeah, everything looks like it's off of this field. Yeah, that all looks good. Okay, we can collect that in. Yeah, we can collect that one in. That was good. I don't know who was on here doing that one, but it was done. So yeah, we've got 3 contracts we can do, and like I say, if we still got time, you know, we can skip the day. We'll have to check our own fields before we do that. I can easily do that now. Let's go to that one. We've got a couple of fields here. They're fine. They're all fine. Okay. Peekaboo, top on, how you doing? I asked first. I'm doing all right, mate. I don't know. Had a few issues this morning with TMP. Maybe, like I say, I went through a few diagnosis things and none of them work. So it could be me. It could be TMP problems again. But Welsh is getting on easy enough. Brax is on there easy enough. Mr. Music Man Luke came off it and was like, it's janky for me. So there's mixed things with TMP at the minute. No, ATS. So after I get off streaming later, I'm going to go on single player and see if it's fine, and then we'll try loading up TMP again and for ATS and see if that's okay. Because we've got miles to do. So no, it's a streaming day for me, so I got 5K to do. You're the creepiest superhero ever. That's what you are. He is, isn't he? You know, wears a leather suit, only comes out at night, and the first thing he says to everybody is, "I'm Batman." Fucking, he's the creepiest superhero out there. And to be honest, I kind of don't rate him as a superhero. You know, his superpower is the fact that he's filthy rich, so not really a superhero. You know, he's not got any special powers except the fact that he's got, you know, his money has money. It's not really a superpower, is it, being a good businessman? Yeah, he's just rich and he's, well, I suppose, well, would you call bravery a superhero? Probably, you know, superpower. No, not really. There's plenty of brave people around. You know, it's just like who is it? Who's another one that ain't got any superpowers that shouldn't be really classed as a superhero? Agent Romanoff. She's not a superhero. She's just really, really good at her job. Iron Man. Well, you could call that a superpower and a suit that enhances what you can do, in a way, I suppose. You know, obviously Stark isn't a superhero, but the Iron Man suit allows him to do things that he wouldn't normally be able to do, like fly and shoot shit out of his hands and shit, you know what I mean? So, you know, having the suit, making him Iron Man kind of, you know, you could debate, it kind of makes him super. Obviously, the Hulk speaks for itself, you know. Otherwise, he would just be, what's it, Banner, the Doctor. If a pregnant woman goes swimming, is she then technically a human submarine? No. That's, that's, yeah. What do they call it? Oh, brain not working this morning. What do they call freaking? Yeah, yeah, reproductivity, something like that. Yeah, it's that. Not that's not superhero. That's evolution. There we go. That's evolution. That's not superpower. Oh, tough questions for early morning. Jesus. If a woman's pregnant, she's technically a submarine. No, she's a. I mean, technically, if you're going to go down that route, you know, would you say a whale is a submarine? No, it's a fucking whale. I use the analogy against that one, about the, you know, as a female submarine, because, you know, whales are mammals. You know, the same basic reproductive stuff that happens with a human basically happens to a whale. And you wouldn't call a whale a submarine, even though obviously it stays 100% of its life in the water. Oh, anyway, guys, good morning. How are we all doing out there? Sorry about we're not trucking. Like I say, for me, it was janked. For some other people, it was janked. Yeah, if it's not janked from you, well done. Get on. Get your miles in. If it is janked for you, maybe try initiating files again. If that doesn't work for you, try clean reinstall a TMP, see how that works out for you. If that works, let me know, because I'm going to do that myself after stream. I just was rushed of what I was playing and stuff this morning, because yeah, you know, if I can stream early and play some minute, I'm going to, because it benefits me, and I like this spot. I really do like this spot. It allows me to get shit done. You know, I can stream for a few hours. You know, 11 o'clock I go offline. Tav comes on. I can watch Tav. I can do my bits and bobs which I need to do. And me and Tav don't overrun each other. That's the best thing. This is going really quick, actually. We might finish this in less than an hour, which would be brilliant. I love to stay alive. I love to stay alive. We'll make big inroads, guys, once we start the ups and downs, which should be when we get to that corner down to the left. So this straight, that straight, and then we should start some ups and downs, and then the field will, I don't know, the field kind of disappears very quickly when you've got something that'll do decent mile an hourage, and you kind of get into a rhythm. You know, the ground you have to cover is I mean, we'll see how she turns. She should turn enough to get on the next lane. If not, we'll go up in. We'll skip one as we go up, and then we can come up very fast, and then skip down very fast. You know. Like I say, guys, Azro112 is going to try and get onto the servers at 9 o'clock. If you want to go trucking. Let's just say hello to everybody in the community this morning. That's that little jobby done. No rain, no rain, no rain, whoa, whoa, rain. Like I say, it may be something to do with my computer. It's getting to the age now where some stuff may need replacing, you know, that was in there from the beginning. But you know, it may be a little bit of my computer. Although when I look at the stats, so if you do Control-Alt-Delete and then bring up the system thing, and then just let it settle after you load that up, because when you boot it up, of course your system's going to peak because it's just opened that up and then it wants to read everything. So if you just let it peak and calm down, which I did, and then I tried to drive an ATS, my processor was somewhere, my processor was on 45% usage, 45 to 50% usage. My RAM was on about the same. Graphics card was barely being used. So yeah, internet was minimal. I mean, barely reading anything. So yeah, it wasn't. It's not system. I'm just saying it could be maybe a little bit of system, because with that you can't really check temps, and it could be a temperature thing. You know, the paste on the AIO, maybe the AIO's because it's getting to that age, is kind of starting to show that it's getting old. Like I say, you shouldn't really think it's anywhere between 3 to 5 years they start going wrong. And when I say start going wrong, the water evaporates. And with certain AIOs, you shouldn't be refilling them. And this one, what did I get? I got the Corsair H100 3 fan. Oh, it's a long ways, is it? Okay. So yeah, I got that about 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, it may be that. And on the control delete thing, it doesn't. I don't think it shows you the temperature thing. Hold on, caller. Screen might have gone blank. Performance. No, don't show you the temperature. So changing game and playing this. I can tell you RAM's in good shape. Only using about half the playing stream. GPU usage 59 degrees, 60%. And CPU is a little bit down. I say a little bit down, a little bit higher than playing ATS. 50s and 60s, and it just peaked on 80% at one point. I don't know why that was. Probably just reading something else, but 60% on an average. And hard drive is barely working. Which it should. On a game, on a server game like this, it should be like that. Because obviously it's taking all the information from the server. I mean, Ethernet right now is showing, yeah, a good old rate of knots. But yeah, computer running okay. Let's just get this bit, and then we'll go to an end of a line and yeah, do the lines. I don't know. I don't know why TMP's acting up for me in any way. And yeah, like I say, it was acting up for Music Man Luke. But we'll get our milestone today. We'll get this done, and then while Tav's on, whatever Tav's going to be doing today, we'll try a single player job on ATS, and if that goes right, we'll try TMP again. And if TMP's janky, what I'll do is I'll totally delete my download for TMP, and then we'll reinstall a brand spanking fresh copy. The good thing is with Windows 11, when you delete something, a lot of the time, Windows 11 will delete the whole lot. You know, very rarely leaves residue. I mean, it does a little bit, but you know, most of the time, it will delete almost 100% of the stuff connected to that program. I mean, there's a few real stuff kept in backdoors and stuff, or say, like if you, you know, if it's like a save game or something, and you save the profile in like a documents folder, then yeah, it will keep that. And guys, if you missed last night, Linda Racing's SOAG Race League first race, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I went in the Mazda for the first time in the SOAG Racing League's existence. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Mazda's not the faster car on a lot of tracks. I mean, down the straights, yeah, nothing's overtaking me down the straight, as long as I get a good kick out of the corner. But if the track's got a shit ton of corners, That GR86 is king on the low 2 cars that we're allowed to pick out of. And I know there's a track coming up which is very windy. Tabuska, whatever it's called. That is very windy. That basically goes about 60 yards from the start line. There's a hairpin right, then it kind of wiggles to the left, and then it's kind of a hairpin left, and then you do a right, a left, hairpin right, and then you go up and there's a very long right-hander, and then you'll start finish straight again. It's a very, very quick lap. It will be very much dominated by the GR86s. I mean, very much. I mean, the downside is it's going to be quite a good track for them. Well, I say quite a good track for them, quite a bad track for them if they come up behind an MX-5. Because of the difference in cornering speeds and the speed of the MX-5 on the straights, they're going to have some trouble passing. I mean, they're going to really have to use their racecraft to pass. But with the incidents that happened yesterday, I managed to win the 2 races for the MX-5 class, so I don't know how the points work out for that. I didn't win the races outright, but I won my class. Am I going to win my class every time? No. It depends who's driving an MX-5. Just got lucky in the first race. Linda sort of was involved in an incident. But come the end, the last 6 or 8 laps, she was catching me at like a second and a half a lap. But then again, compared to my racecraft, she is like what we call an alien. You know, there's some average drivers out there, and there's some super good ones, and I would class Linda up there with the super good ones. Not only has she driven the MX-5 a lot, she's actually driven the car in real life on a track. So she knows exactly how it feels. And knows exactly how to put the car and where to put the car, and sort of how to make it lean into a corner so it grips up. I don't know that. I mean, I really don't know that. I'm a pretty decent racer. The downside is I won't push past what I think, I don't know, maybe it can do on the road or something, and I shouldn't really think like that. I need to, I don't know, maybe think of it as a race car, not think of it as a road-going vehicle. Hey, Beats. Don't know what's wrong with this coffee this morning, but it's not going down too well. Ugh, that was horrible. The last bit of that coffee was rank. How am I doing? Doing all right, mate. Doing all right. Just a bit kind of miffed this morning because, like I say, ATS wouldn't work for me. I mean, it was working, but whenever I went into a server, it was like I was dropping frames. Monster's better than coffee? It's alright if you can afford Monster, mate, every morning. You know what I mean? The jar of coffee I get is like £3. You know, that's 2 cans of Monster. And with that jar of coffee, I can do like 100 coffees. So if you want to pay for my intake of Monster, I can crack on, mate. I'll happily drink a Monster a day if you want to pay for it. Fair point. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You get 2 crates of 9 cans. Wow. I mean, it's certainly the cheaper way of buying Monster if you buy it in bulk. The downside is there's more there for you to drink. Unless you're one of these people who can ration it off for you know, yourself. I wouldn't be able to. Because, you know, I'm a bit like Xeno. It doesn't really affect me energy-wise in that way. It's just a can of pop to me. I mean, it really doesn't affect me. I'm like kind of like Zeno. I could have 5 cans of that and still fall asleep if I'm tired. Me save a can of Monster? Never. Yeah, I know. I know, you're kind of like Zeno, except Zeno really doesn't get affected by it. He could have a can of 12, drink the whole lot in one day and go, I'm going to bed now, see you later at night. Within an hour, within 20 minutes of drinking the last can. I've seen him do it many times. You can do that, it's easy. Fucking hell, most of us would be on a fucking heart attack. Anyway, let's not talk about ATS because I'm a bit upset with that fucking game at the moment. Anyways, got a question for you? Go on then, ask away. No, I'm not gay. No, I don't do men. There's nothing wrong with that if you do it, but I don't. Oh no, that's not the question, okay. Thank you, Mimi, for the shout outs. I need a cheaper XLR mixer, and what the fuck was I? What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that. Okay. You need a cheap XLR mixer for what? What are you? What's the usage of it? Oh, break. Just for a mic. What kind of mic have you got? Ads. I knew that was going to happen. Hey, the fellas. Ladies, fellas, whatever. He shot at one of them. Lend me some sugar. An XLR mixer. Yeah, like I say, it depends on what kind of.
Sure how to help you with that.
I don't want your help. I didn't say your name. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I'll be back in a sec. It's only 90 seconds. Polaroid picture. We'll wait till he says he's back, and then we'll start the conversation. You're welcome, sweetie. Right, you should be back by now. Your back beats? Are your back beats? Have you got your back beats? I know, cheeky joke. So a cheap XLR mixer. So there's a really cheap one by Antec, which I think Zeno uses, which Fizzy used to use. So the cheap one by Antec. He's using Zeno's using that one. So yeah, to find out what it's really like, I'd message Zeno. I think it's Antec. I don't know. It comes with a square microphone, and on the connections on the back, you can either get XLR or USB on the back of the mic. But yeah, it's got its own mixer. So yeah, that could be a possibility. To be fair, it needs to be about 50 quid. You're not going to get anything really decent for 50 quid. Unless you're buying it second hand. I mean, because the other really cheap, well, I say really, it's not cheap. It's about 150 quid, which would be the XLR from Elgato, which is just a block with a knob on it. But with that, you get the use of the Wave software, which is really good. The other one is I think it's made by Rode. Rode does one, but again, that's about £150, brand new. and anybody that's kind of had it and using it isn't getting rid of them. So if you're looking for brand new stuff for that sort of money, I would say the Antec one. But again, I've not used it. I know Fizzy had the mic and the mixer, but didn't like the mixer. So I think Xeno's using the mixer. You don't know where you could get one for that price? What, £50? I think the Antec stuff is about £50. Let's see if I can find it a minute. Hold the line, caller. I think it's Antec. Antec XLR. Well, it might not be Antec actually. Mixer. Probably it's going to bring up all kinds of shit. USB. There it is. Oh, it's fine. Sorry, fine. It's about the cheapest one on the market. Let me do this next turn and I'll work it out for you. I'll move the screen over. But this is the one I know Xeno's using at the moment. And Fizzy has the mic. I think Fizzy still has the mic. It's $55.95 on Amazon. And like I say, I'll make this turn and then I'll buzz the screen over. But it does do XLR. And like I say, if you want somebody to tell you how good it is or how bad it is, shoot Xeno a message. Do you think it'll work with OBS? I would think so, because what you do is when you plug it into your computer, you just tell OBS that's where your mic sounds are coming from. So this is the one I mean. This is about the cheapest one I know of. So it's the Fifine. And like I say, I know Fizzy had this one, and well, Fizzy's got that mic there, which is USB and XLR. Fizzy's got that mic, and he's got the mixer with it. I know Xeno the other day borrowed the mixer for some weird reason. So yeah, there's the fine microphones that it works with. Fizzy's got this one, the square one. But yeah, there's the mixer there. And like I say, like, you know, it's got mute for the mic, mute for line in, mute for line out. Got a load of buttons. This is your what do they call it? Phantom power button. It's got 4 programmable buttons, voice changer stuff. Don't know what this electric button is, and I think this one's just for light. So it looks pretty good. You know, like I say, sound wise and usage, I don't know. Like I say, you're gonna have to contact Xeno. What I do, he won't be awake yet. I just shoot him a message, either through Discord, DMs, or on his pages in the Discord. So you'd have to scroll down to the featured glitch section. He's got a thing down there. Is there a picture of the back? Probably, mate. Go into Amazon and look up Fifine mixers. The Fine Fifine mixers. Yeah, I will do. He's helped me a lot. Yep, no worries. Like I say, I mean, if you're gonna post him a message, take a picture of that. Take a screenshot of that one I've just showed you. Shoot it over to him and say, look, Matt said that you're currently using this one. You and Fizzy's use this one. Is it any good? Because I'm thinking of getting it. And he'll shoot you his feedback of what he thinks of it. You know, he can either say it's shit, mate, don't fucking get it, or it's really good for the money, get it. You know what I mean? I mean, when I get rid of this mic here, I've got a Wave 3 USB mic. I want to go up to an XLR mic at some point. But I am going to go with the XLR from Elgato just so I can stick with the Wave software. The Wave software is brilliant for streamers anyway, because it takes out the mixes from everything and sends it across to your OBS. Because with the Wave software, it's got what you hear volumes and what the stream hear volumes. Now, for what you hear now, I've taken a load of them out and then put them in separately as sound channels to OBS. So with the past broadcast later on, I can say, don't do that, and then when you watch the video later on, there won't be no music, there won't be no special effects sounds going off when HUD effects goes off. It's just me and the game in the past broadcasts. And that's all done because Wave takes it all out for me straight away. But like I say, if you want the Elgato Wave knob, that's about £150. But the software is what's worth it. You may be paying a little bit extra for the bit of equipment, but the software is well worth it. It's the same with the Rodecaster stuff, which Tav uses. That's a similar bit of kit, similar bit of software. Basically, the thing looks like a flat thing with a knob on it for your mic gain. But the software you get with the Rode stuff is brilliant. It's very similar to Wave. And I think that's why they hold their price, because the software that comes with them. I mean, when I was in discos, we had this saying, if you buy cheap, you get cheap. And it's the same with a lot of stuff. You know, if you buy cheap, you get cheap. You know, you can't expect quality out of a fiver or something or whatever. You know what I mean? Although sometimes you do find quality at a fiver. Colin, morning, how you doing? Morning, people. How are we all doing? Yeah, I'm not trucking. I should be trucking. I'm not trucking. It's a bad subject at the moment. Another night shift completed. GG's, mate. It's like that. It's like that saying, if you buy peanuts, you get monkeys. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, yeah. In terms of like work ethics, yeah. If you you don't want to pay very much, you're not going to get very much work out of them. After a while, they're going to go, you're only paying me like that much. I'm not fucking slugging my guts out for you. Guys, there's been some shout-outs this morning. Mimi's been on it this morning. If you are able to, please go across to everybody that's getting shout-outs and at least click the heart and be there for the next time they go live. Like we always say, if you do find a new streamer that you haven't watched before, you just might have found your next favorite streamer. I have a feeling that definitely putting fucking the virus scanner on last has created a lot of shit for me. I tell you what, eBay is taking the piss on the Fine mixer. 90 quid? Yeah, I know. So you just won't go with Amazon at 55, isn't it? I tell you who's really good at if they've got one is cash converters. Cash converters on electrical stuff offer like 90-day guarantees and shit like that. I got one item off them a little while back at a 2-year guarantee. Did look online, but didn't see anything. What you're looking for, you're looking for somebody that's had one, tried it, and is upgrading or has upgraded. That way, they're selling it cheap. Whereas a lot of the guys on eBay, for that price, it will be selling you a brand new one for ballooned price. And I think eBay should stop allowing that. You know, stop allowing these shops to sell their goods for cheap. Well, I say for cheap, for like no fee. Anybody that looks like they've got a shop name on eBay should be charged by the item, like they used to with everybody. Have I been anyway? Yeah, I've been all right, mate. I've been all right. Had a great night last night racing with Linda Racing in the Surrey community. It was some good racing last night. I mean, a few incidents, which were put down to racing incidents. I mean, I had it coming together with Daz, but he kind of hit the grass and skewed off into me. I say skewed off into me. I was trying to pass him on a tight corner. And yeah, he hit the grass and just went whoa and lost control and came over there and tagged me. So I basically did the rest of the race with a broken car. But managed to finish it. Came first in my class. Morning, Chaos. How you doing, brother? And second race, yeah, there was an incident in front of me. Managed to get through it without tagging anything. And yeah, I was just gone from then onwards. Guys, shout out for Chaos 69 Rider. He's not streamed in a while, but you know, if he does stream again, make sure you're there. He's really good at it when he wants to be. I should be on ATS Astro stream, guys, testing out a few bits and bobs on that. Like I say, have a feeling maybe, although obviously I've just reloaded the computer, maybe some of the jank downloads I've been getting or people been getting from TMP lately is borked the TMP thing. So, you know, we'll try the single player, see how that runs. Then we'll try. Yeah, well done, Chris. Give me a shout out. Yeah, we'll try the single player, see if that's all right. If that's all right, then we'll try a fresh download of TMP and see if that fixes it. What? Wow. Why not? Why not, Mrs. Brown? Whoop, whoop, whoop. And bye. Hate that drop off. Hate that drop off. That drop off's, I forget where it is. It's a shot right in the middle of the town, isn't it? And you have to back round the building to drop off and pick up. Fucking hate it. Not looking forward to tomorrow. I may get a new flat, finish the night shift, then view that at 10. I mean, the one thing that I say to people that are looking at new places is that, you know, if the flat's empty, what you've got to try and do is anything that you're taking with you, you've got to try and visualize in the places that you're going to be putting them. I know, it's horrible, mate, isn't it? It's one of the reasons why I try and, if it's like that, I try and do the, I try and use the exterior view to reverse it. I mean, even though, you know, obviously, if you're driving a real truck like that, you wouldn't get the opportunity to fucking fly above the truck. That doesn't happen. But what in an IRO truck, what you can do is get out and have a look. And getting out and have a look, I consider that the same as in game when you just reverse from the outside. Although it kind of isn't the same. Good tip. Yeah. Yeah, when you view any place that you view, house, flat, bedsit, whatever you're viewing for the first time, you got to try and imagine whatever you're going to be taking with you from your previous place. You got to try and imagine that in that place, you know. And don't just go, oh, I think the bed will fit. Take a tape measure with you. Measure your bed. You know, if you're unsure about stuff fitting in rooms, measure the place. You know, either measure your bed and then measure the room, or, you know, do yourself a little floor plan of what you're getting. That way, when you get home, you can you know, do stuff. I mean, your drawing doesn't have to be too brilliant. You know, a rough sketch of what shape the room is. So if it's like a rectangle room, you just draw a rectangle and where the door is, done. And then the next room, you know, and then just measure the square or the rectangle. You don't need to measure every single angle. You know, you just measure the two longest bits of the room. You've never moved in your life. Holy shit, man. Yeah, that's what we do all the time. Yeah, we've moved about 6 times in the last 20 years. And a lot of the time it's around Christmas, which is a pain in the fucking ass when you got to move just before Christmas. And a lot of it is because we've lived in private rentals, and to bump the rent up, say if the rent suddenly jumps up for your area, what the landlord does is he goes, I'm selling the house, you're gonna have to move out. And you go, okay, no worries, we'll find a place if you give us a little bit of time. So they go, yeah, no problem. And then once you move out, they put the price up about 300 quid and then move somebody else in. It's a sneaky ass way of doing that. And with the new laws, I believe they're not allowed to do that anymore. So if they tell you that it's for sale, they gotta sell it. They can't just 3 months later go, nah, I'm gonna rent it. If they boot you out because they're selling it, they're selling it. Unless something happens and they can't sell it or something. You know, they go and check the house over and it needs a new boiler or something. You know, and they can't sell it until that's done. Or some sort of building regs happens and, you know, they can't sell it because of that. Well, I used to look after my dad with care and he passed away. So I'm getting downsized from house to 1 bedroom. If that's what you want, mate, that's what you want. The only thing I will say with downsizing is, yeah, you have to become thick-skinned because you're going to have to get rid of some shit. You know, if the house that you're in currently is like 3 bedroom, just remember you're going from 3 bedroom to 1 bedroom, and you're going to have to get brutal with getting rid of shit. Because all your stuff's going to have to fit into, basically, I'm guessing it's a 1 bedroom with a kitchen and a front room sort of thing. And that's basically it. And maybe a cloakroom. So, you know, you're probably going to have only like 3 rooms, maybe 4 rooms in the flat. You got it? So, yeah, you're going to have to get brutal on getting rid of shit. The downside with getting rid of shit is that because you were in a house, there'd be a lot of personal items. And you're kind of like, what do I get rid of? So another thought, so you can slow yourself down on getting rid of some shit, is if you can find an affordable lockup somewhere, an affordable storage unit. And a lot of the places that are really cheap have the containers, like the shipping containers, insulated ones. A lot of the really cheap places are just them. So it's like a 8B4 space. A lot of, you know, we put a whole house in one for a couple of weeks when we went, about 20 years ago, we went, well, they said we made ourselves homeless. We didn't. We gave up a place to move in with my mum to give us some care and support. But when we went to move out, they said the house before we made ourselves intentionally homeless. So they stuck us in temporary housing, and we had to stick all our gear into storage. So yeah, we found one of these insulated freaking containers, storage places, and it was really, really cheap. Well, cheaper than going to one of these big places and getting a little tiny room. But yeah, if you don't want to get rid of your personal items so quick, find yourself a cheap storage locker, and then when you're moving stuff into your flat or your new place, you can sort of go, I don't know what to do with this. I'll stick it in the storage locker. And you can have it boxed up, ready to go to the storage locker. What we tend to do, if we're moving from place to place, is we'll move the stuff that we need in the new place first, starting with the bedroom. And this is why. So a lot of people go, oh yeah, don't move the bedroom first because there's nothing to do over the flat or your new place. There is stuff to do. There's unpacking. So before we've moved in, on the day we're moving in, what we normally do is get internet sorted straight away. That's our first priority, get internet sorted. And then normally there the day we move in. We then move the bedroom because, you know, why not? And here's the main reason. When you finish your day and you've got that little bit of energy left over, you can unpack something. And then you go to bed. I mean, yes, the following day, you've got to travel back to your own place to start again. But yeah, we moved the bedroom, we moved the kitchen, we move basically everything except, well, I think the front room's the last place we do. And then we go back, once we moved everything out, we go back, move everything that, if there's anything going to storage, we move everything into the storage locker, and then anything left over is going to the tip, or some sort of bin or whatever we're doing with it. And then we have a good look around the place and we clean. Now, it doesn't need that much cleaning. People think that, you know, when you move out of a flat, when they go, it's got to be clean. It's not got to be that clean. Because the first thing that any housing association or anything anybody's going to do is fucking paint it and put new carpets in. So regardless whether you've just carpeted, they're going to rip it out and put new carpets in. Because they don't trust you. So don't worry about that too much. Just make sure the place is clean. So just wipe down all your skirting boards. Yes, if there's a lot of paint chipped off or something, just touch it up. Just make it look nice and neat. You don't have to do that much to it. You know? Just make sure it's nice and clean. It's airy. You know? Just going to make coffee, no worries. Also, you know, even if that's housing, even if you're not with a housing association or the council, and it's a private thing, you know, the first thing that a new person may do when they move in is paint and carpet it. So that's why I say, don't worry about the paint, don't worry about the carpet, because you'll go there tomorrow, and like I say, I'm viewing it tomorrow. If I accept it, you get the keys on the day. Really? That's not a thing. I've never heard of that. Vortex, morning, dude. How's it going? Guys, today is Wednesday, which means tonight at about 7 o'clock, 7:30ish, Vortex will be doing his RPM races. He'll be driving GT3s. Go and join him, have some fun, and support one of the SOAG race team. That's what you've been told. I mean, it may be a process now that they can do. Certainly, if you're certain that that's where you want to be. Just be careful, though, Colin. Because if it's a rental, the day you get your keys is the day you pay for them. So just be careful. You know? I mean, it's the same anyway. So say if you need a week to organize where you're going to move to, where, you know, you need, just say you need some time to, you know, hire a van, get some helpers, get a storage locker if you need that. Boom, 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 boom. You don't want to be accepting the keys straight away, mate. Really, you want to get it all sorted. So when you pick up your keys, you got everything ready, and you go. That way, within, I don't know, if you're quite decent at organising it, you can be in that flat set ready and settled in about a day. I mean, yeah, there was still things to sort out, but you could be in that flat in a day if you organise right. Whereas if you're getting your keys, it's going to be a week before you organise. So don't be in too much rush to accept the keys, mate. Basically, when you have a look at it, if you think it's the one for you, go, how long can you hold the keys for so I can make a decision? That's what you need to tell them. Even if you're over the moon going to take it, go, how long can you hold for before you give it to somebody else? And let it sink in before you make a decision. Mr. D, how you doing, brother? Now let it sink in. Don't accept it directly on the spot, because you'll be over, because it's your first. It's your first move. You'll be overwhelmed, thinking, "Yes, I can do. I can get in. I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that." No. Slow down. Slowly thinking now. Yeah, just slow down your thinking, mate. Even if inside you're over the moon with it, the first thing when they say, "Oh, are you going to take it? We got the keys." So you go, how long can you wait before you gives it to somebody else? Because I'm interested. I just want time to think about it. Yep, junior little shit. Yeah, even if you ring them back in an hour and go, "I'm having it," still have that breathing space. Like I say, give yourself time to think about it, whether that place is right for you. If you need to do some organization before you accept the keys. I mean, that might be a thing as well. You know, go, look, I want it, but I don't want the keys for a minute because else I'll have to start paying. Can you give me a week to start organizing getting my stuff here? And they might say, yeah. You don't know until you ask. That, you know, it could be a thing that they'll allow you. Like I say, we've moved so much over the last 20 years that we've become very adept on what stuff to move first, and what stuff to, you know, that's never coming with us. And if we ever, we know something. If we ever have to move again, that's the last place. You know, we're not moving after that. If we're getting too old to move our own shit now. And to get removal people in, it normally costs you a fair bit. If you could afford it, that's the thing you could do, you know? Get some removers in, but then again, you're going to have to give them a week or two to pencil you in, which is what I mean. You know, you need some breathing space from saying yes, getting the keys, because obviously you've got to pay for the place. And then I don't know, I don't know what it's like at where you are now, but you may have, you know, even if you're paying board at your place that you are now, you're still having to pay for two places. There's a lot to think about when you're moving house. A lot to think about, which is why I said, just even if you're over the moon with this new place, just breathe. I can see it being a big mess. It's not if you organise, mate. Like I say, in the right set of circumstances, yes, moving house is one of the most stressful things anybody ever does in their lifetime. But if you plan it, it's less stressful. You know, take it one step at a time. What have you got to do first? Right, how do I do that? You know, and just break it down into little sections. You know, what do I need over the other place? You know? Don't worry about the utilities straight away. You can do the utilities after you move in. Just remember your moving date. You know, so don't worry about the utilities on the first day. Get in, and then take your utilities like day afterwards or something. But yeah, the first things to do is, you know, have you got lots of stuff to move into the new place? Yes. Okay, so I need a van to fit that in, or I need a truck to fit that in. You know, do you need a hand? Probably. Get a few mates over. Even if you got to go, look, can you spare us a few hours? You know, I'll get you a few beers in the pub, or you know, I'll make sure I spring for fish and chips or something at dinner time. You know, we'll get a couple of trays of drinks in for refreshments. Back there. You know, just break it down, make a list. That's all I'm saying. You know, the more organized you can be, the less stressful it is. Many hands make light work? Yes. Yeah, there absolutely does. I mean, the last time we moved, it was just me, the wife, where the wife barely could do anything. Our lad and his mate. And the son's girlfriend. But between the five of us, we managed to move in a day with a Luton van. We moved out of a 3-bedroom into a 2-bedroom flat. And we moved in a day. Like I say, if you know what you're packing, and basically what we were doing is just packing a room at once. You know, pack a room, move it to the new place. Pack a room, move it to the new place. I mean, if there was a lot of, you know, you had space left in the van, of course you pack the van fully. You know, you pack the van total full. But we made sure we packed a room and moved it. Get to the new place, unpack the room. Like I say, we always did bedroom first. So, you know, we packed the bedroom, put that in the van, pack a few bits and bobs from other rooms, put that in the van. Then when we offload it, we put the boxes in the rooms that need to go, and then unpack the bedroom. Not fully, just enough to sleep. So we unpacked the bed, we put the sheets on it, and we put a few things on the bed so we can sort it out. And then when the drawers go in, boom, it goes straight in the drawers and the bedroom's done. But, you know, on the first day, the bedroom's gone from used to pack to unpack to use in one day. Same with a lot of the kitchen. You know, the kitchen's basically done in one day. When you pack, you know, if you've got a small to medium kitchen, you can pack that in a day, get it over the other place, unpack it, and it's ready to use again. You can do that in a day. Like I say, we did our whole house in a day. Only because we pre-packed a lot of stuff. You know, when we knew we were moving, we had a few days or a couple of weeks to find boxes. See, that's the thing. Morning, Mrs. D. How you doing? My brother-in-law is works for a moving company. Don't think he's going to come to the UK to pack stuff, mate. So I'm in two minds on getting the Fi-Fi mixer. Why are you in two minds? Obviously, you've got an XLR mic already, so you're going to need something. You're moving to Ireland was cheap. What it would be, you ask your brother-in-law to do it. He's not going to charge full price. Morning, Mr. D. You probably had to pay for like his driver's mate. He probably did it for free, and fuel. That's what he probably had to pay for with moving over to Ireland. Mind you, where did you live before, dude? Don't be too specific, but yeah, just the cost. Love as always, and same to you, Mrs. D. Always appreciate you coming in and supporting the channel. Marina Faco? Hey, how you doing? Netherlands. Yeah, so it's quite a long way. Quite a long way. You know, you're talking maybe a day's travel. Oh, wow. A real scream. She's a screamer, chat. Mrs. D's a screamer. I didn't know Mrs. D was a screamer. Mr. D, you lucky chap. Well, it was shipped on a pallet and cheaper. Okay, you did. Yeah, you did the shipping container thing. Nice, dude. Right, let's take this back, put it away, and then we've got 2 more contracts to do, and then we've got to skip the day. That was fairly quick, actually. What did I start this? 8 o'clock? Only took me an hour. So we've got 2 more contracts to do, and then we're going to have to skip the day. Then we're going to have to take note of what our fields are doing, because I don't know. I don't know. I just checked and I've forgotten. So it's the long drive back to the farm. And then we're washing fuel this, and then next job. I think what we'll do is the ploughing. We'll do the ploughing. We've got ploughing or seeding is the 2 jobs yet to do before we skip the day. And then we'll see what tomorrow in game brings. What have we got there? Sheep? Looks like sheep. The thing is, I've been told that switching from USB-C to XLR makes no difference in audio quality. I don't know the true. So you've already got a USB-C on your mic. To be honest, whoever just told you that is exactly right. As long as you are able to use some software to make whatever mic you've got sound good, then yeah. You don't need a mixer for that. I mean, you know, you can see how much quality I get from my mic. Yes, I'm using the Elgato software to equalize my mic to noise cancel and all that jazz from that software. But yeah, that's possible from quite a lot of mics, and if you get the right software anyways, it's possible on any microphone. There's nothing for the mic I have. Who does a free software for all mics that's similar to Wave? Oh, there is a company out there that does it. I can't think of who it is. It's not Rode. It's who's the guys that were at Rode and they made their own microphone? It's their software. It's free to use for anybody, and it's very similar to Wave. Isn't XLR? Isn't XLR only a different interface, but and not impacting quality? Then you don't need to really change them, mate. But like I say, there's a company out there that I forget who they are. It was a few guys that they were at Rode, I think, or were they at Shore? One of them. and they made their own microphone, and it's very similar to the XM7B. Or the SM7B, very, very similar to that. And they made their own software, and it's similar to Wave. And it's free. You can use it for any mic. So if you need a bit extra thing, you might want to search them out and go and see what they're like. If you don't want to spend the money on the mixer. And like I say, if you think you've got good sound already, there's no point changing. Well, my mic is basically a cartoon copy of the Shure mics. Yeah, I get that. I think the only reason to change to XLR is if you need a USB slot for something else. I mean, the only thing it will do probably using the XLR system, which is basically what probably the mic was built to do first off, instead of just being USB, or just XLR, is it will maybe give you that proper or a more isolated sort of thing, where the XLR mics kind of do. If it's if it's very similar to the SM7B, the pickup is at the top, and you've got to be close to it, within a foot, for it to pick your voice up properly. And as my understanding of it is, if you use the USB, it kind of makes it slightly more sensitive. I don't know whether that's the case, because like I say, I've never used it like that, but what I've been hearing is if you use the USB input on the mic, it makes it slightly more sensitive. Whereas if you want that a little bit more isolation to your voice, the XLR function on it is the way to go. But like I say, it's all up to how you want your voice to output. It practically is. Not on this mic, it don't. But it's evenly split. Well, then it's not too bad then, mate. The thing is, because I've been kind of spoiled, because I've come from a karaoke disco background, when I choose my next mic, it's going to be kind of that kind of clarity of sound. And if it don't give me that kind of clarity of sound, then I don't want it. This kind of the Wave 3 kind of does a great job, but it requires a little bit of graphic equalization on the voice to make me sound like me. Otherwise, when I don't know what happens to my voice when it goes through an electronics thing, I kind of sound like a Smurf instead of kind of the bassy voice that I kind of got. Do you have a mixer for sale? I don't have a mixer for sale. I sold all my gear ages back. Well, no, somebody just curious? No. Like I say, even when I can afford to upgrade my mic, I'll be going at Elgato XLR, just the knob thing, and I'll probably be getting a Rode Podcast. Why? Because it's a great mic for half the fucking price of an SMB, a Shure SM7B. While that's filling up, let's quickly wash the cultivator, and then we'll get the plow out and like I say, with the Wave software, you don't need a mixer because it is a mixer. It is a mixer inbuilt into that software. And even though you control the software by your PC, the information that you choose to use is stored in the microphone. So after you've done everything, the output from the mic is the mic. You know, it doesn't use any processes from the computer to do anything. Are you full? You are full, right. Plunk you back where you were. And we'll pick up the plow and go do that contract. There we go, that'll do. Nice and clean. Plow's just over here, this green thing. This big building beside me, guys, that's the meat factory. So basically any cows or anything that we're getting that are getting a little bit too old, or sheep or chickens or whatever, they all go there to be slaughtered, and we're getting meat out of it to sell. That's what that place is. All right, contracts. $109. Oh, that's at the top as well. Jesus. Ooh, maybe number two. Over here. Okay. There's a road here. Just trying to figure out how to get there. A road here, and by the looks of it, next to 94. The little lane where that goes up. Next to 94. Let's go. Well, we've got loads of money again. Don't tell Mr. H, he'll spend it. I mean, I need it for multiple reasons. One, extra USB slot. Two, I want the functionality for OBS. I mean, you could use something like, what's it called? Yellow Banana, Blue Banana or something. That's a free software. But you can use it to equalize your mic. I don't know, I forget what it's called, Yellow Banana or Blue Banana. It's like a, it looks like a disco mixer. The software on your thing. You can do a lot with it, but I wouldn't do that much with it. I just have it, if you want to like put a EQ on your mic or so, I just have it do that. I don't know how many processes it takes up while you're trying to do shit, or anything like that. To be honest, when I had to do something like that, I just used a free add-on to Windows bit of software that boosted my mic slightly and put a slight EQ on it. And then everything else I did through Voicemeeter. Was it Voicemeeter? No, yeah, it could be. I know it's a free bit of software. Like I say, I didn't use it, but I know about it. And I don't know how many processes it takes up on your PC either. You know, for all I know, it could be resource heavy. That's why I just used a little add-on to boost the mic gain, because that's all I wanted it to do, and then I did everything else through other bits when I had to do that. But like I say, since I've had the Wave software, you know, I kind of haven't looked back. Gonna check my ATS, no worries. Hopefully you have better luck than I did. Living la vida loca. As seems to be running it okay. Like I say, some people are doing it, some people are not doing it. It didn't agree with me this morning. When Music Man Luke came off this morning, it didn't, you know, it was starting to bug on him a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, I had this trouble yesterday, and reloading the files helped. Could be just a me thing. Well, fucking hopefully not. If it is me, I need to figure this shit out because it's pissing me off. You know, it was buggy. Then, you know, I did a reload of the files and it fixed it. And they've just updated it again and it's buggy again. So I don't fucking know. I mean, I really don't know. And like I say, it's pissing me right off. Let you know in a sec. All I know is yesterday when having the guys updated, it came up error. Oh, hang on. Is it that way I had to go through? Where am I? No, it's the next one. Well, on the map, there's a little rat run just next to this farm area by the looks of things. I don't know whether the rat run's there, but, you know, on the map it's there. Living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. I was on all day yesterday, so I don't understand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Apparently I've just gone past it. What the fuck? Huh. Under this, there's a road right there. There's definitely no road there. And there should be a dirt track right at the end of it. I mean, maybe we can drive around the farm and find this thing. Yeah, according to the map, there's a dirt track here. Oh, that's definitely not the dirt track. That's the cow barn. Holy shit! And I'm stuck. Oh, I'm good. According to the map, this is it's a dirt track. Yeah, this ain't no dirt track. That's animal appendages. So this is what I'm looking at. So according to this, there should be a little laneway, little dirt track feeding across and connecting to this field. That's what I was looking at. And there's another laneway that goes from 95 and goes all the way along this way. I don't know. We may have to go up to that bridge and cut across. Remember that bridge we went across to get to 111 to do the cultivating? We have to go up to there and cut back. And then we'll find a way come back on it. You was on all day yesterday, don't understand it? Mm-hmm. I was on in the morning yesterday. Everything was perfect yesterday morning. Like I say, I did one job, 2,600 miles, something like that. Yeah, absolutely perfect yesterday. And then I know Tav went on and did his thing. And I went on Saxingham because it was my non-trucking day. And I know while he was on, there was two updates. One, he did pretty quick, got back on. And the next one just come up error. And I think that's when he logged out. He like tried to give it a fair crack at fucking rectifying itself, and then in the end he logged out and ended stream. So I don't know. All I know is this morning I've gone to do everything, log in. It was janky. I logged out, verified the files like I did the last time. That fixed it last time. Today didn't work. Even restarted my PC, thinking maybe it's me. I restarted my PC, so you know all the processes started from scratch. And no. Like I say, Music Man Luke came straight in this morning when I'm off the bed, but it was janky for me this morning. When I just before I come off, Brax come in and went, it's fine for me. I'm on it at the moment. Like you say, Az is on now, says it's fine. So yeah, I don't know. Really don't know. Like I say, to some people it might be janky, to others it might be all right. So you kind of go on and take your chance. That's the way I feel about it at the moment. So we're going to farm instead, or we are farming instead. Do 11. And then when tabs on, we'll try and get the miles done that we should have done earlier. Like I say, we'll try and load into single player, get a job done. And we'll try and get the jobs done with tabs on. Like I say, it just might be, I don't know, when TMP borked on me the other day, and I had to do the verify files thing, maybe the download yesterday went wrong, and it's corrupted my TMP files. Maybe that's the thing, and I'm going to have to clean reinstall them. I'll soon find out, because what I'll do after stream is I'll keep everything open, load into single player. And if that's janky, then I know it's me. Because that shouldn't be janky. It's single player, don't use Tinternet. And we know it's not my Tinternet because this is running fine. And this is a server-based game. Server-based map. So before you say anything, it's not the me Tinternet. Gonna try a small run. You'll soon find out, Mimi. Just move. Within a few seconds, it'll either do it or it won't. Know what I mean? You know, just move the truck. Either it'll look like you're losing frames, or it'll be fine. If it's fine, then brilliant. You know, then you know you're all right. If it starts doing like you're losing frames, then you've got the same problem I got. Like I say, yesterday, just reloading the files, re-verifying the files worked. Today, no. I'm not going on that fucking... No, 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 no. Thank fuck for that, I didn't fucking touch him. That was lucky. I've seen it before, even without crop destruction on. Sometimes when you go over like that with a plow, it takes a little bit out of it. Seen that happen too many times. I mean, to be honest, I could have waited for it to calm down. Minute, morning, how you doing? He's awake. Which right connections aren't fucking gone, you dickhead, because you're doing it. How we doing, dude? You're alright? What you on? Satisfactory, okay. I don't know what's up this morning, minute. I tried to go on TMP and it went janky again, so we're on the farm. One thing, you can play a lot of things when they're janky. Trucking isn't one of them. Trucking just fucks me over when it's janky like that. And like I say, I'm in two minds whether it's me or the game. Me, he's just had a shout out. He has a walk-in when he signs in. He doesn't need another one. Most of the stream team will not need shout outs, guys. They get automatic walk-ins. Why are you going down the track like that, you fucking thick twat? Morning, Red. How's it going? No worries. Probably didn't know. I'm guessing you didn't know about the auto shout-outs. But yeah, a lot of the stream team members have auto shout-outs, but all they got to do is say hello and they get a shout. Red doesn't. Red's a cunt. It's a long night. Yeah, I get ya. Does it sometimes? Wow, thanks. Morning, Red. How you doing, dude? But yeah, like I say, I don't know what's wrong with my TMP this morning. Like I say, all the problems I had the other day and the fact that yesterday, I mean, Red will testify to it. You know, yesterday, right in the middle of their game, there was 2 updates. And the second one just went, nope, you're not playing. What the fuck? That one there, that's the one you fucking lit up on when I fucking pushed the button. That's the one I want you on. Behave. Jesus. The updates are killing everybody. But like I say, certain people aren't having any trouble at all. I mean, like I say, I've had Brax come in this morning and say he's not having trouble. Somebody's just said Az is on it. No trouble. So, I don't know. It's just... yeah, it's just a thing. We'll get it rectified, guys. We'll get it rectified. Like I say, I'll do some testing after stream because I want to get on and do my miles. And because it's supposed to be a normal ATS streaming day, it means I got to do 5,000 miles. So we'll be at least going long job down, long job up once I get my game fucking sorted. But yeah, we'll load it single player. We'll move around. If it's working properly, then I know it's TMP. And then what we'll try and do to TMP is we'll try and delete everything and reinstall everything. So what we'll do is delete TMP totally and then download a clean lot of software. And we'll see if that works and helps it. That's the only thing I can think of. The only thing I can think of. But in the meantime, we're on the community farm, guys. If anybody's got permissions, you're quite welcome to come and join me on the community farm. There's only one other contract to do after this one, and that's planting, and then I'm skipping the day. So if you're coming on, yeah, there's one more contract to do. Well, there's a few more contracts to do. There's wood transport, but those wood transport ones, once you complete them, seem to just respawn again. Lark, be right back, no worries. So yeah, we're a bit pissed off this morning that we couldn't get on trucking, but we'll sort the mileage out. Like I say, it's only one big job down, one big job back up. Like I say, we'll sort that out by So we'll get off at 11 o'clock. So 2 and a bit hours down. 1 o'clock. So we'll have our mileage done by about 4. If all goes well. Like I say, I'll just set a job up from Bellingham to Brownsville direct. That's 2,500 miles. And then just, yeah, do a return trip. You, how you doing? You all right? Okay, that's cool. Wow, really? Duck finally. Okay. GG's. Hello, Bubba. You want your smacko, don't you? You haven't had it yet. Hey, I normally give it till 8 o'clock, but it's now 9 o'clock. Well, that's 9. Want your smacko? Want your smacko? Come on in. Good girl. She takes us so gently. I know I said the other day that I was going to try and do plowing properly, but since there's no ground deformation with this server save, it doesn't matter which way I do it. Wise men say only fools rush in. That's going squiffy. Sit straighten up, that'll do. Oh. Shout out for Game of Redmond, guys, the Gentle Scotsman. And if you're lucky, he'll do that to you too. Edit already? Did you eat that already? Take my hand, take my whole life too. Do like a bit of Elvis. And this one's an absolute classic. I mean, all of his are classics now, obviously, but from one of my favourite films with starring Elvis, Blue Hawaii. 2 films I really like, Blue Hawaii, GI Blues. And one's kind of set because obviously Elvis did go in the army for 3 years. So one's kind of set with him being in the army. And the other one's set after he comes out of the army. If you've never watched the films before. Right, ups and downs. If this only takes an hour, would be lovely. And then there's only one contract to do. Not sure what Tav's up today. Not sure what farm he's going to be on. I mean, he trucked yesterday, so I presume he's going to farm today. Not sure whether he's going to be on here on Saxingham. If that's the case. I mean, he could play Dune. He could play a lot of things, to be honest. But I'm like, yo. Once again, guys, take a notice of that link currently in chat. Please pop across to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. It's just like hitting the follow button here on Twitch. And if you can, stick around and watch some of the videos that are posted on there for an hour. Keep them tabbed. Keep them mute or tabbed if you don't want to listen to what's going on. And like I say, keep it on for about an hour. Much appreciated. Anything that you can do over there makes a difference. You know, if you are going to go over there and watch the videos, give them a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section. Everything that you do really makes a difference to the video being found when people search for it or search for close to it. What a lot of people don't get with YouTube, your tags, and people come along and just hitting thumbs up, hitting the you know, going into the comment section, and just even if you comment with an emoji, every single comment makes a difference. So when I got here, I came from, where did I come from? I came from that direction, didn't I? So that may be the way we got to go back when we finish this one. I only want to be with you. So in terms of where I am in Saxingham at the moment, I'm currently got a long job to do where I've got to go to all of my fields and scan them in and then buy the soil sort of thing. Like I said, I'm using precision farming. And I'm not sure. I mean, I think you can take the shortcut where you can just go to the field and buy the soil sampling and then get your reading, obviously. I don't want to do that. I want to do it properly. I want to go to the individual fields, scan them in, and then buy the soil samples. But at the moment, I'm not in a position to take care of the fields properly. So I've not got a limer, I've not got a ferter, I've not got a cultivator, I've not got a plough. Morning Wolf, wow, that's a very underrated subtle way of coming in for you. Well done. You know, normally when you're coming, normally you like you sort of fucking bang on the door with a sledgehammer and kick the door in, kind of guy. You go, hi, I'm here. Okay, how you doing, brother? He's like, yeah, totally. Good, am I? Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Could be better, could be worse. You know what I mean? Abso-freaking-lutely. Did we have another rollover on the Euros last night, or did somebody actually win it today? Just got home now to relax a bit before you cook dinner. Nice. Did the Euros go last night, or did they So I wasn't in it to win it last night. No, it's yeah, it's still going. we may have to sacrifice at least £2.50 for that, I think. It's not a lot. It's not a lot to win. In fact, if anybody else is thinking about it and don't, you won't want the price. It's only 172 million. I tell you what, if I had that, if I won that, literally, after I spent on the shit that I want to spend shit on, some of you guys would benefit big style on it. I mean, literally, some of you guys, I would do giveaways, unbelievable giveaways. Now that wouldn't be, but you know, some people would say that's trying to buy your viewers. No, just for a little while I'm doing it. You know, you don't really get noticed that much straight away when you're doing shit like that. I mean, word of mouth has to pass round. But you say if I started doing it, word of mouth would pass round really fucking fast. You know? Monthly giveaways of a full setup from Moza. When I say a full setup, I do mean a full setup. An R5 with the normal wheel, trucking wheel, GT3 wheel, HPT shifter, handbrake, the screen. That sort of shit. I mean, a lot of games you won't need the handbrake. It's just, I don't know, a nice bit of thing to have. The indicator stalks, I'll include them in it. The GT wheel was awesome. Yeah, you've just got the KS one, haven't you? Class. Same as what Tav and Mr. H has got, I think. And they've got that one too. The KS one would be the one I chuck in with the bundle. I'd have the one up. Mind you, I'd actually upgrade my wheel, so I'd give this one to the wife, because she doesn't need any more than this one, and I'd get an upgrade for myself. Money, money, money. Of course, I'd build myself a new computer. We'd move. Probably have dual internet into the house so we didn't bleed all over each other. That's the excuse for the wife to get a great upgrade too. No, she Vortex, she wouldn't be able to handle more than what I've got now for power. So she, instead of buying new for her, she just will have mine. Just buy exactly the same as what I've got, and I upgrade. I don't know what I'd upgrade to. Probably the 24 nanometer. Something like that. Like I say, I just had the next GT3 wheel up from yours, which is like, if you bought it separately, it's like 600 quid. Basically, all that's different between the KS wheel and the next one up is it's got a digital screen readout, and it's got a few more knobs, that's all. Probably get the uprated pedals as well. So I think the full upgraded pedals is all servo assisted. So you get like a proper feel in behind the pedal. Won't make me a better racer. Make me a better feeling. With the pedals, I'm fine. You have Buchenwelds. Nice. That bit of lag there, guys. That's not me. That's the game saving to the server. So what happens is once every like 15 minutes or so, that might happen where the game save has to upload itself and then bounce back. In a rich man's world. Yeah, I just like the idea of having all one manufacturer. In my eyes, if you have all the same manufacturer, they work in tandem with each other and creates a lot smoother interface. And Chris is absolutely right, guys. If you're looking for an energy drink, hydration drink, look no further than Wraith. Click on that link, go and see what they got. It's powder-based. Basically, all you do is add water, give it a good shake-up, and boom, you've got yourself a beautifully tasting drink. If it tastes a bit gritty, sort of powdery still, you've not mixed it up good enough. Or you've put slightly too much powder in. So you just... mine is slightly more laggy. There you go. Mimi's having the same problem that I had this morning. So like I say, some people are having it, some people aren't having it. If you're not having it, good luck. You're just one of the lucky ones. But yeah, you just be aware that, some people that might want to play with you may be having this problem. And Mimi normally plays US Simulation perfectly all the time. So there we go. You know something? I'm not sure whether I get that the new shifter that Moser have just brought out, if I had all that money. So for those of you who don't know up to date with the Moser equipment, they've got this shifter now which has got a rumble kit in it. Now, if that simulates gear grind, there's some of you guys that drive will know what I'm talking about, so you misuse your clutch and like don't put it in fully when you're changing gear, or don't let it up, or don't the other way when you're changing gear. Yeah, if it simulates gear grind, so you try to put it in a gear, you're not quite got your clutch engaged fully, and it's like trying to put it in gear. That would be fantastic. Even with my normal lag, so you're getting slightly more lag even over your normal lag. Holy shit. That's what she said. Maybe. What a cunt. Really do need somebody in front of a green screen just saying what a cunt, honestly, to put on the HFX. Because at the moment, my what a cunt thing is, it says something totally different. Yeah, I can't do with that today. Yep. It's why I'm going to try and do Mimi, load up single player, see what that's like. I'm guessing it will be fine for me while I'm doing this. And then, if you can, delete TMP and reinstall it, because that's exactly what I'm going to do later, or in a minute. Thank you for the dancing penguins. Don't let Eager Gaming see I'm using these. He likes these. In fact, Eager's got a dancing penguin emote. Let's get down tonight. Okay, single player on TMP. Okay, single player on TMP or direct. Yeah, just direct from Steam, mate. It should be fine, I'm guessing. It's just TMP online services. That's what I mean. That's what I'm going to try. In a minute, I'm going to get offline from here. and stop streaming. I was going to try a single player game. And then I was going to try reinstalling TMP and see if that works. Because it could be, it could be, the other day's folder that was slightly corrupt. I have a feeling, and I had to reinitialize the files for the game, anyways. And then yesterday's fuck up, where Red, Loopy, and Av couldn't get on it because after they did the update, it came up error. Yeah, that might have just corrupted the folder slightly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just guessing. And Crazy Chris is absolutely right, guys. Go check out the stream team. That's the link to the Twitch stream team page. There's 11 members on there. Me personally, I'm going to ask you to click the individual ones and go through and click their follow button and be there for the next time they go live. We've got an amazing stream team, all in for different merits, and they're all great peoples and deserve your follows. The link underneath, guys, is the Son of a Glitch Discord. Click on that if you're over 18 and you're looking for some avid gamers to play with. Lots of banter, lots of fun. Like I said, Mimi, if you're going to try the single player, all you got to do is load into the game, move your truck. If it moves without lag, then yeah, nothing wrong with it. And then, like I say, the next stage in my eyes is to come out of there, delete TMP, go and download it again, redo all your shit that you got to do with that, and then try and reinitiate files and load back in and see if that fixes it. Only thing I can think of. I'll soon tell you. She's trying it now. Good girl. The only thing I can think of is just reinitiate your files, give it a clean reinstall with ones that sound like they're working. Yeah, hopefully that works. Obviously, you guys with really decent machines are going to have less trouble. Or possibly less trouble. Because the more they put into these games, guys, no doubt about it, the more they try and put into some of these older games, if there's anything slightly wrong, the bigger machines aren't gonna take any notice of it because they got too much power to care. Whereas your slightly lesser machines are going to go, hang on, wait a minute, this wasn't fucking here yesterday. And you'll be slightly confused with what the computer's trying to tell it. Which is why I get so much trouble playing Roadcraft. And try and stream Roadcraft because, it's not the best optimized game out there at the minute. In fact, it's very much not well, it's very, very, low optimized. I get a lot of problems with Roadcraft. I mean, you guys saw the last problem I had on that dock. Literally, I waited 2 days to try and do anything with that, and then I just about got it done. When I went into the crane on the dock, it nearly fell off into the water. Right, let's do the downstroke, and then, we'll, even though we're not fully done this, we've actually completed the contract, so we'll do the downstroke, and then we'll take this back to farm. We've got one more contract that we can do before skipping the day as a thing. And we should probably get that in and do it. And then, we'll skip the day ready for maybe the guys to come on and do what needs to be done. Like I say, I could cancel. I could take in the contract now and it would just plow the rest. But let's do that. It's slightly quicker. Oh, hoeing. We got a hoeing just turned up. a small hoeing contract on 13. That's quite a long drive. Or 29 sowing. Want to get this one done at least before. What are we sowing? Shit, I should have looked. What are we sowing? Soya beans. Okay. Right, let's take this back to the farm. Oh, there is a laneway. What the fuck? There is a laneway. I didn't see that. Where the fuck does that come out? Hold the line caller. There is a laneway. Oh, it's on the other side of the farm. I see it now. I see it now. I tried to go down that side of the farm because that's where it says the laneway is, and it's not. It's this side of the farm. You have to go through the gate of the pasture. I'm not. I'm just going to take a quick trip across the thing. But yeah, you have to come through the slurry pit. You have to come past that. That's a nice touch, actually, because that's what they actually look like. So yeah, you've got to come past the slurry pit and out onto that laneway. Okay, I know that for next time. So that's how you get through. So there was a laneway there. Couldn't see that before. I mean, absolutely, the way I went to where the map said it was, couldn't see it. And yeah, it was the other side. I mean, one thing I think the boys have got to do when they come on here at some point is sell the whiskey and beer that we got kind of labelled up. I think they're waiting for the best month to do it. Uninstalling? Okay. Just TMP, yeah? If your game's playing fine, then there's no need to uninstall the game. So yeah, just TMP. Shouldn't take long. It's only a little bit of a little bit of software. The thunder. The thunder. So we'll go take this back. We'll give it a wash. We'll put this equipment away. We'll go over to where the seeders are kept, and we'll grab a seeder and go and sow some soya. Both. Ooh. Have they recommended uninstalling the game as well, have they? Interesting. If this works, Mimi, I'm just going to do exactly the same as what you've done to get yours working back properly. Just to let you know. So if your reinstall of both works properly, then I'm going to do both as well. No, but I'm just trying it. Okay. I mean, to be honest, if your save game, if your straight normal game, single player game is working properly, there's no need to install the game. Which is why I was going to try the single player game, and I'll know within a few seconds whether it's working properly, loading up single player, because as soon as I move forward in TMP at the moment, straight away drop a frame, drop a frame, drop a frame. And to be honest, single player should just play normally. So yeah. If you're wondering how I know my way around this farm, it took a bit of time. It really did. Definitely more lag for me on TMP, but I ain't done single player straight from Steam for ages. Yeah, so if you haven't done it for ages, there's going to be some maybe some graphics card color cache loading, which might cause kind of lag in a way, but it's not a lag, it's just the color cache trying to rebuild itself. I think I'm gonna marry you. Go. I've got a shit computer anyway, so it could be just me. Maybe, Mimi, maybe. I mean, to be honest, the only way to really see if that's the case is lower your resolution in game. And if it runs smooth, then that was your problem. If it still does it on kind of low resolution, I mean, to do it at the extreme, whack it straight on low resolution. If you're still getting lag no matter what, then yeah, it's your PC. Done all that? Mm-hmm. It's a good way for you all to test your PCs playing ATS and ETS. You know, if you're having lag issues, even on single player, lower your resolution. To stream, I normally use high resolution, not ultra high, not ultra. For that reason, because when I use ultra and I'm streaming, I cause my own lag. And I have a feeling it's because I run 4 screens. You know, every screen takes up a bit of your graphics card. Right, let's get this put away. You're only one screen. Yeah. Like I say, my issue could be because I'm running 4 screens. I mean, I've ran 4 screens since I built the computer. And like I say, sometimes I get the lag, sometimes I don't get the lag. It's just the thing. Right. Let's go to the other farm. Get the planter out. And then, yeah, get the day. That's the farm I want. That's the farm I want. Although I'm gonna run back to the shed to get the tractor. Captain Buggernuts, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Fucking love this fucking trailer. Really do. Fergal trailer. Carries everything. Not a bad capacity. Right, soybeans. Right, let's try the big one. You do soya. Let's go through the crop. Corn, sorghums. Ah, yeah, there we go, soya. Bush, right, field 29. Field 29. How do we get there? 29's here. Okay, it's right next to the main road. Beautiful. Junior, how you doing? Remember, Matt, light steering with this. Numbers of words you made. No, not that way, not that way, not that way, not that way, not that way. You made us cry. You made us feel like we could fly. All good, mate. How about myself? Yeah, not too bad. I'm waking up. Who did that one? Because Mrs. D's come up earlier. Your mum's come up earlier and it was you. Oh, okay. Irish did it to you. It happens. Radio. All we hear is a radio gaga. Radio goo goo. Radio gaga. Thanks, Magic. Yeah, she's good. She's on the board a day. While she's doing that, guys, she's reinstalling her ATS and her TMP because there's some people having problems, some people not having problems. It's just kind of random by the looks of it. You know, if you can get on and it's running smooth, it's just fucking random that it's being nice to you at the minute. So she's just trying a clean reinstall of the game, clean reinstalling of TMP, and see if that works for her. And later on, we'll be doing something similar. Music changes through the years. And yeah, she'll let us know if it's all running smooth again. She's going to have to give it about 20 minutes, half an hour of shader cache loading once she starts playing again. Because obviously she's going to have to build that shader cache again, loading in fresh. Your finest hour radio. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Cuckoo. What to play today now? Well, hopefully when you reload the game, Mimi, hopefully it'll be alright. Know what I mean? Hello, I'm Fode. Why my unfolding button don't work no worky? That works. Oh, wow. Okay. That was super duper. Coffee time for me. Yeah, white 2 sugars. White no sugar. White depending on the cup. 2 sugars, 3 sugars. I don't know. I don't know how big your cup is. Radio Gaga Gaga. Right. Soya bean planting underway. Mm-hmm. You have salted caramel syrup. Nice. You're back. Welcome back. Radio. So this morning we've done some cultivating, we've done some ploughing, and now we're doing some planting. This is exactly the same planter. I say exactly the same. It's a similar model planter to. If you ever watched Millennial Farmer, he's an IRO farmer that does a lot of YouTube. He's a very similar planter to this to do his corn and soybeans. But yeah, last night's racing was absolutely brilliant. It really was. Even new people were kind of exploring it, but you know, they're very well behaved, you know, not cutting off the faster drivers, which is exactly what we want to see from the new guys coming in. You know, if you're slow on the track, either stay online so you're predictable or move out of the way, whichever you feel more comfortable in doing. The way that me and probably Linda and Seti will tell you how to do it is to, and Vortex as well, is to stay on the line. and be predictable. You know, don't bother, you know, moving out of the way. If you're getting blue flag, just stay on your line. There's blue flags in iRacing, especially if you're doing enduro races, don't mean move out of the way. It means there's a fast vehicle coming up behind you and be careful. That's all that it means. Don't mean that you have to move. Bored already? It'll be alright, Mimi. It will be loaded soon. Have to admit, I am sometimes a bit too aggressive. Yes, you are. Mind you, I think we all are. As racers, we all are. You know? And would we be racers if we weren't so aggressive? I don't think we would. We're all aggressive. Even Linda's aggressive at times. You know? When she's getting bored of being behind, who was it last night? Tav? She's getting bored of being behind Tav, and she went for almost like a late break down the inside of him, and almost got it wrong. So you know, nobody's perfect. In fact, you know, with our racing, none of us are perfect. So you know. I mean, there's a few guys that are faster than everybody else, but that comes down to, you know, you guys have been playing it a heck of a lot longer. And there's a few guys that can do absolutely fantastic laps every so often. But when it comes down to race speeds, they're the same as everybody else. And just put in the occasional really hot lap. Like Baz. Baz is really good at putting together one lap. But you give him 20, 30 minutes of a race and, you know, his average lap times come down. Exactly, mate. Consistency is key. Yeah, Jamie being the kind of cool-hearted customer that he is, you know, managed to get away in the first race. No, sorry, second race. You know, and we couldn't catch him. He put together some really tidy laps, being on his own, out on his top. But you were catching him come the end. You put him under pressure and was catching him. So, yeah. In fact, if you had about, I don't know, 5 or 6 more laps, it probably would have been a pretty good battle between you and him. Because you were catching him that fast come the end. I mean, what were you in the end on the second race? 6 seconds behind from 15? Some of them are good at defending also. Yep. I mean, the good thing about our guys is that we don't take too many chances when we're trying to pop down the inside here. There's a few guys that miss the braking, and the downside with iRacing is if you miss your absolute braking point, you've pretty much fucked. One thing I've learned with playing iRacing is that in game, I don't use 100% of my pedal. I really don't. I've backed the lower side of the pedal. I've backed it up about 20%, and now I'm sort of a little bit on my braking scale. I'm a tiny bit short of being full brake, but it's allowing me to push my brake all the way down without using the whole brake. I mean, Vortex, I know what I'm saying. So that I'm not locking my brakes up. And that's allowing me to brake faster or have more traction in the braking zones. Missing braking happens, so that is part of learning. Yep, and that's the good thing with the racing league. It's not about winning. I mean, obviously, you know, it's good to be the winner. But it's not about winning. It's about a load of friends getting together, having a semi-serious race, and ultimately having lots of fun, which is what it's absolutely brought. So yeah, anybody who missed last night's race, guys, go back and watch Linda Racing's live or Jamie 254's stream from yesterday. Or both, because then you'll get 2 different perspectives. And learning from each other. And like I say, guys, you can tell the people who's played it more, like Linda, like Vortex or Class, we call him. Yeah, you can tell the people that's played it for longer because they're more consistent. They know what the car can do, can't do, and they know how to push because they know how the game's going to react to what you're doing. I'm getting there. I mean, sometimes, you know, my second, the last time out in the last practice race, that, Chaos said I was untouchable in that race, even though I wasn't the fastest. I didn't win. I was just having a very good run with the GR86 on Lebanon. But I was lucky enough that Linda got kind of blocked in the first race, and I managed to win with the MX-5 on that first race. And then that incident on the first lap, I managed to squeeze by without incident, and yeah, get first in the second race as well with the MX-5. So yeah, all gravy. And to be honest, in the race we were doing yesterday, very much dominated by the GR86. Lots of corners, which obviously gives the GR86 its edge. I would really like to see a penalization thing where in those races where whoever wins, like say Jamie this time around, won, he has to go in the MX-5s next time out. Just to make the races a little bit more kind of exciting, so whoever wins has to use the other car. I mean, for Linda, obviously she always used the MX-5 because she knows how to use that car and she's very, very good with it. So if she ever wins, GR86 the next race, because she hasn't got a clue about that car. Or next session races. I mean, don't get me wrong. If she went in that car, it would take her about 6 or 8 laps and she'd be fucking right up to speed. She really does learn quick. But then again, she does do racing in real life. So, she's our resident alien, as we call her. It has been ages since I've driven the MX-5. Yep, that's what I mean, Class. So say if you won a race and you got booted over to the MX-5, might take you the first race to get used to it. So people have got a chance to, have a decent battle with you. Makes the racing a little bit more exciting. I mean, I was, at first I was saying like the top 3 go to the other car that they normally use, just to make the racing a little bit more interesting. And also, when we were doing the practice races, we were having like 2 MX-5s and everybody else was in the GR86. So, that would be kind of a way of getting people in the other car kind of a deal. But since we've got a lot more people involved now, I kind of feel that don't need to be done. How far off of it is it loading, Mimi? I mean, you've reinstalled the game, which I probably wouldn't have done. I would have just done TMP, but how far off have you been complete? Because like I say, I'm going to follow suit, guys. I'm going to, try a single player game with all of this on. And then if it's not doing it in single player, delete TMP and restart it and redo everything. And then hopefully they give me a clean version. And yeah, everything's working properly again. Right, which way your straight lines filled? Nearly. Oh. Okay. This is why I like these dual tracks. Turns very, very quick on it. I mean, a little bit too quick for steering wheels, but it's the thing. And, you know, it's slightly less powerful than the quad track, but there's not much in it between the John Deere quad track and this one. A little bit different compared to the biggest power quad track, which is the case. I think that's like I want to say 775. Could be 725 or 750. I'm not quite sure, but it's 700 and something. The case one, which is the most powerful tractor in the game. And then obviously then you got the John Deere quad. And then you kind of got the Venturus quad, and then the Cat Class quad as the most powerful tractors in the game. And then it's this one. Well, it's not this one first. It's the Fendt dual track, because the Fendt dual track 650, I think, and then this one. And that's the one I love the most, the Fendt dual track. Very good tractor. Got good road speed on it as well. For such a big tractor. Beat like a beat on a drum. Right, let's put cruise on. Let's go. TMP is finished, just waiting for Steam. Yeah, TMP is like a little tiny program compared to your main game. When I download TMP, I'm expecting this sort of speed. TMP, done. TMP install, done. That's the kind of speed I'm expecting when I reinstall them both. When we're gonna die young. So guys, we're about 9 days off of the giveaway. I'm not sure what I'm going to give away this month. Really not. Like I said before, considering that it's push month and we're doing a lot of ATS, and I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have all the ATS DOCs, we might give another DOC away, but full pricing, it's a little bit, yeah. You know, give it. So, you know, I'll only probably be able to give away one DOC, because like I say, it's full pricing. But for those who don't have ATS at all, we can talk about an ETS DOC. I mean, it might only just be one, but it'll help you out. So we'll have to talk about what kind of DOCs you've already got in terms of maps. Say like Kev. I know Kev's got Kev bought base game, I think. He might have bought the essentials pack as well. So he's we'll have to discuss what maps he's got, and then if he wins, I'll get him one kind of close to where he's at. So he's got base games, so I'll probably get him on España or Viva la France or something like that. You know, something close to where he is to give him more of a map in those areas. If he wins, of course. Has he got ATS yet? No. I don't think he wants ATS. He wants to try and get the map DOCs for ETS first. And then once he gets them and is able to come in on a regular basis and be able to come in and take part in pro mods and all that lot, I think then he'll start getting bits for ATS. I said that you know in your, I've already told him in his thing what he ought to do is put everything that he wants in the coming future on his wish list. That way, you know, if anybody else kind of wants to help him out, they can just click on his wish list to see what he needs. because anything that anybody buys disappears after he's accepted it, of course. Every time you turn them around, you know I can't say yes. Don't forget the link at the top of your page, guys, if you want to mess up with Streamloots. Unfortunately, not today. We don't have time today because this will probably be the last thing we do today before we log out. Let's say probably the last thing we do today. If we have, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to talk about stuff to do with Lumia, what I'm planning to do is take you through my alerts and you guys say yes or no whether you like it or not. If just even if one person says yes, I like it, that'll be enough to maybe keep it. Or no to that one, that's a possibility for going. Like I say, I'm hoping to get each section down to about 15 things. Of all different prices. So some cheap ones, some dear ones. You're making me crazy, chick. Kev, morning, how you doing, brother? Yeah, we're not on TMP, guys. TMP was a bit jank. Some people are having problems with it. Some people aren't having problems with it. To show you that some people are having problems with it, Mimi's reloading her game and TMP. How's farming? Farming's going good, brother. Just reiteration, there won't be time to play any contract cards today. This is a pretty big field, and then if we can, we're going to try and get rid of some on-screen alerts. I think what we'll start off with is the bit ones. Pull them down to 15 of all different values. Maybe somehow, you can just keep myself. I need professional help. Help. That way, you know, if I can get it down to 15, that way, if anything kind of don't get used anymore, I can swap it out for something else. You know, there's only a certain amount of HFX out there, you know. They are being made all the time. The downside is some of them are crap. And not only the crap, they take up the whole screen, which is why I've narrowed mine down a little bit. So that they don't. I need professional help. Help. Yeah, Community Farm Peoples, there's no putting the AI driver on for this one. Please hold. Means probably she's loading up. Yeah, Mimi, because you've reloaded the lot. Remember, there will be some almost like lag, but it won't be lag. It'll be cache reload. So you're going to have to give it about 20 minutes. I would have reloaded in single player just so that the cache reloads itself. Because you have to reload in the game, you're probably going to have to reload all your settings for controls and stuff. That's the pain in the ass bit about when you reload the whole thing. Oh, you can see the farm from here. I didn't realize that. So just on top of that hill. So if you look past the like the blue silo thing, you look on top of the hill. There's a couple of buildings up there. That's the main farm. That was the one we started off with. That's cool. I didn't realize that. Farmyard down here is like very spread out. You've got a few buildings here, the silo, couple of sheds, and then you got like a cow barn or whatever's over there. Whoop. That's all right. We'll 100% this, even with missing that little bit. Hopefully it sorted out Mimi's issues, and then, you know, I can almost copy it, although I'm not going to reload my game, reinstall my game. I'm just going to do the TMP. And like I said, I'm going to keep all my streaming stuff open. Because, you know, it's got to be able to do it all. To be honest, what I should do is open something like, I don't know, Dune. Because Dune is probably the most power-sucking game I got. And then wizard my OBS. And the reason I'm saying to do it that way is because if it can run Dune and stream it, then it should run anything. So I think it's about 10% a line that we're doing at the moment, planting. So if that's the case, 3 lines and we should be done. Downside is 38% left. We may need to go up for a reload of core, a reload of seed. Always said, guys, for a big farm like this, one thing you probably should look at doing is getting yourself a auger wagon and just putting seed in it. That way, if you do have a massive field like this and the potential for running out is high, you know, you can bring the auger wagon down and just sit it on standby ready for a reload of seed. Okay, it's about 5% a line then. So judging by that, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So there's still 5 more lanes to do. 35% on the seed. So we're gonna have to watch that. I mean, we got even if it uses 5% a line, Steam's fine, cool. Even if it uses 5% a line, we've got enough seed to do the food. Oh, please. And now try and TMP. Like I say, I'm not going to go that far for a reload. I'm just going to reload the TMP. Because it should be fine. Like the Steam load is you. So let's say just a clean TMP load. Ooh. So what are we on? 3% so far for a line, which will have enough speed. We should finish with about 20% left. No, not 20%. 4 more lanes to do, and it's 4% a line. So we've got 4 lines to do. So we should finish with about 10% left. We should be all right. If you're wondering why it's taking me so long to come back with a thing on this now, it's because obviously she's got to load into TMP. So basically it loads the game into a TMP server kind of a deal, which loads your base game, and then it puts you into a server. So there's kind of a load the game, then load the server, then load of this, and then until you drive. There's kind of a 3 loading patterns to get into an online server. Now some people go, why would you do that? Go through all that pain to start playing a game? It's so you can play with everybody that's playing the game. You know, it's not just about you playing the game. It's so that everybody that you see is a person and not an AI. And some people like playing it that way. Some people like playing it as a single player. It swings around about, same as it is for farming. You farm the way you like. And there's nobody that can tell you you're doing it wrong or right. You farm the way you farm. And same with ATS, ETS. You play the game the way you want to play it. The thing is, if you want to play with your mates online, it's kind of the only real way of doing it, except for a Steam Convoy, and then it's kind of you giving your internet space to do that. So the server being steady is kind of on you when you do a Convoy server, a Convoy mode, with the single player game. I mean, the good thing is you can have your own mods with that, but just be careful, because with that, the more mods you have, the more sort of internet space you have to use, because you've kind of got to tell your game that you're using them mods, and then they've got to download them as well to even get in, and it's a big pain in the ass sometimes. It can be. Once again, guys, you've seen the link. Just go through the screen. If you haven't followed me on YouTube yet, please go over there and follow me by hitting the subscribe button. It's not like the subscribe button here on Twitch. It's just like hitting the follow button, actually. Hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. And when you've got some spare time, go and watch my VODs. Go give them a thumbs up. Comment in the comments sections. Everything that you do over there really, really makes a difference. I am trying to get monetization over there, but I'm a way off. What am I off? I'm off of people hitting that subscribe button, so following me, and I'm a little bit off of people watching the VODs, because they do their watching VODs at an hourly thing. That's the way they time it, by the hour. And I think you need something like 3,000 hours being watched before you're monetized, and 500 subs. I've got 128 people subbing, so following over there. Like I say, if you're following me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, sorry. I've got 1,000, what have I got now? 1,631 followers on Twitch. If even half of you or a third of you went over and followed me over on YouTube, that would be enough. And if you want to give directly to the channel money-wise, there is my link to my tip page, my dono button. It's underneath under dono if you really want to do it that way. Just be aware there is a disclaimer down there that says you are giving the money freely, and I am offering no services back except entertainment. And any money you give will not be contestable. Seems a shitty thing to do, is give the money to somebody and then go, hang on a minute, I don't want to get that. So the disclaimer is there just for you to read, and just to make sure that that's what you want to do. I mean, to read it to you, basically, shorthand, it says, you know, it's your money to give and you freely give it for the entertainment purposes of what I do. And that way, when you go to contest it, if you go to contest it through PayPal, they'll probably send me an email and I'll go, well, to be honest, mate, they got to have read this. And PayPal go, okay, refuse. Honestly, seen it done lots of times. But there are different ways of giving to the streamer guys. Use bits. There's subs. There's, you know, I've got Throne as well. You know, if you're thinking about getting Moser, guys, you know, you can give to me that way. How do you give to me? You can click on the link. You can go in and view their gear. That will give me a thumbs up for you doing that. Or if you buy while you're there, I get a tiny bit of commission. And I mean a tiny bit of commission. So somebody spent £168 the other day on a screen. I got £4. So some of you are going to go, is it worth it? It could be. It could end up worth it. You know, some, you know, for some, you know, a load of you go over and just view what they got or whatever. They may contact me in the future and go, would you like to try this? I've heard different stories about when they ask people to try stuff. Sometimes they allow the streamer to keep what they're testing. Sometimes they ask for it back. Like I say, I've heard different views. I'm not in it for that, although, you know, to be picked to do something like that, absolutely, you know, no problem. As long as they're paying, you know, as long as they're paying to get the stuff back, I don't care. You know, as long as the review that they want me to do, I can do it with my own words, no matter if it's shit or not. Then yeah, I'll do any review they want me to do, as long as I can tell people how it actually is. One thing I've always said is if I get into reviews, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, no matter who you are, and no matter what my affiliation is to that whoever it is. So it'll get an honest, open review of what I think it is, and if it's worth the money. Because as some of you know, I've never had the indicator stalks, but I think they're a big waste of money. If you've got the money to waste, then crack on. You know, but I think they're a big waste of money. You know, £200 for being able to indicate and use your windscreen wipers in cruise control with some stalks. I've got buttons for that, and I'm very used to my buttons that do those things. So to me, big waste of money. That's £200 I can spend on something else. But if you've got £200 to waste and you like that sort of thing, then there's no, you know, who am I to say that you've wasted your money on it? Because obviously you've not, because you like that sort of thing. You know, but to me, it's a big waste of money. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. If somebody comes to me and goes, I'm going to buy you a gift, how would you like the Moser stalks? Yes, thank you very much. I'll have them and use them. Do I need them? No. Like I say, I've got buttons for all those controls. Don't need them. But if one of you guys say had a set and don't want them anymore, or you want to buy me a set, yeah, thank you. I'll use them. You know, and I'll thank you for days, because it's a big gesture. You know, one of you guys spending 200 quid. Right, that's it. No trekking for me today, so it didn't work. Okay. Just wondering whether it's worth me doing it. If it didn't work for you, Mimi. So for some people, it's going to need another update. Try again tomorrow? Yeah. So if it's not worked for you, it's probably not worth me even trying. That's a shame. maybe later. Yeah, maybe they'll bring out another update. Maybe some people are, you know, there's a load of people having the issues. So maybe, you know. Swanker, what's going on here? What's going on here? I couldn't. Well, not that I couldn't get on TMP. I could get on TMP, but it was laggy as fuck. So I've come on the farming. Obviously, I can't stream and drive, but it's so laggy. Said to the guys, you know, you guys might have the same problem. So some people are having it. Some people aren't having it. You know, Brax come in this morning, said he wasn't having it. A couple of other people say they were having it. Mimi's just tried it. She is having it. Yeah, it's just a thing. And she's just totally reloaded her game. Like, from scratch. Okay. Yay! It worked straight away. Boosh! Let's close them, because I'm just about to wash it. We'll wash it. We'll take the cedar back to the thing. Probably their update from yesterday. They did an update that stopped us from trucking. Yes, I know. I was watching Tav. I was telling everybody about it. That you know, Loopy, yourself, Red, and whoever was in that stream with you guys. You know, when you reloaded, I think it was the second update they did that day. And yeah, it just started coming up error and wouldn't let you in. But yeah, like I say, there's a few people that have managed to get on Sworn in, no trouble. I tried to get in Sworn in and stream it, and it was laggy as fuck. So I came out and did some farming instead. Right, let's put this away. Tav, if you're coming onto this farm, the only thing left to do today on this day is wood transport and a hoeing contract if there hasn't been nothing respawned. So you may want to, you know, if you're coming on the community farm, you may want to reset the day. I don't know what Tav's doing today. I don't know whether he's got stuff to do or whatever at first. I have not spoke to him. He's not been in. So yeah, we had some problems on TMP this morning, and I chose to come farm instead. Because I did Saxingham yesterday, you know me, I like to rotate what I'm doing, so I came onto the community farm and did a couple of jobs in the community farm. In the community farm a couple of 100,000 like I normally try and do. Yeah, that's not active. So let's just have a look at what's left. So yeah, hoeing and some wood transport. So I think if they come on, what they'll do is go to a new day, and yeah. Let's just refuel this and put it away. And then for a few minutes until Tav goes live, we'll talk about my redeems. Boosh, that's done. So I want to make them. I want to cull them. So we'll talk about a few of the redeems. There we go. Boosh. Right. I'm just going to save this, and then we should come out and talk about my redeems. Boosh, boosh. There we go. Right then. So, pen and paper at the ready. Make sure the pen's working. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Right. Boosh. To show how many things I've got open, guys, there's a thing open there. There's a simulator radio. In fact, let's get rid of simulator radio for a second, because obviously you guys will need to hear what's going on. I've got this little booty running, although it just sorts out the mods for the game, so it doesn't take much to run that. So let's get rid of you. So here's what I want to do. So for the next 5 minutes or so. Let's just run through your alerts. I'm going to run through the Twitch extension ones first. So these are the bit redeems. I'm going to run from dear to not so dear. So one of the ones that is dear, that is staying on for definite, which won't be counting in the number, is the redeem 5 minutes to stop singing. Just put it in VTC chat about my problem and what I've done. Okay, no problems. Thank you, Mimi. So yeah, there's a 5 minutes to stop singing. That's going to stay. So that's not including the 15 I want to keep. So first one I'm going to show you, yes or no to do keep or do not keep, is Daffy. I'm guessing you want me to keep Daffy because this one's funny as fuck. Keep Daffy. I knew you'd want to keep Daffy. All love and keep Daffy. Go, run. Even though I don't use the whole screen, that works, especially when I'm trucking, because the visual thing when I'm trucking is literally this bit, the bit that it takes over. Right, so here's the next one, Lazy Town Guy. Keep or don't keep? Couple of keeps. Okay. So next one is the bloody hand scare. It sometimes gets you. Oh, and we just gone into an ad. Bollocks. Might have to wait for the ad to come back. We've got to keep, so we're keeping it. All right, we'll just wait for the ad to come back, so 60 seconds maybe. Tell me when you're back, people. Tell me when you're back. So for the okay, so for those that can see this, Scarecrow. I knew that was coming, and I'm still shit myself. I'm guessing that's a keep. If I press the button and I'm scaring myself, that's a keep. So we got the Poppy jump scare. This one, I don't know. This one sometimes doesn't do it for me. That one's getting a bit old. I've got to admit. If I'm totally truthful with you. Now, the Poppy X on that. Hold your ears for this next one. It's more of an ear rape than a jump scare. Fuck, that's loud. Oh, Jesus. SpongeBob. Yeah, we're keeping that one. Okay. Next one is Bite Me. Know anything of that one? No. Like I say, I'm just taking the first person's view on it. The next one's probably the oldest jump scare there is. That one. That was shit. Yeah, I know, mate. So the next one we've got Nick Bam. Fucking hell. What was that? That was Nick Bam. That got me, and I knew I was pressing the button, so I think that's got to stay that on. The next one is Nun Jump Scare. No, don't like the nun. No. Okay, cool. Next one is, oh shit, another earbender. Yeah, that's that one's called worst stream. Okay, next one's called Soul Eater. That's probably going to be a no by the looks of it. That one came up real shitty. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a no. Next one is Monty Jump. So the next one's shout out for quiet. The next one's called Monty Jump. No, you don't want to like Monty. So the next one's called Hygiene. 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 Anybody like hygiene? No. Okay. Hygiene. And it's a big X. Hygiene. Like I say, hopefully I'll be left with about 15 or 20 or whatever. Next one's called Zombie. No. Okay. Next one is the weirdest Sonic you'll ever see in your life. You'll never look at Sonic the same way again. Anybody like Sonic? Yeah, Kev likes Sonic. We'll keep it that one then. Okay, next one is quite an old one, but some of you seem to like it because it covers the whole screen. Yo, Smoker Bomber. Smoke. Yeah, somebody likes it. Cool. Okay, next one is Flash. Yeah. Flash. Next one is an ear rape. That one's got to stay, I think, because it fucks me up every single time. Next one's a bit of an ear rape as well. Air horn. Yeah. You guys are brutal. Next one's gunshots. This one might be going. Gunshots gone. Next one's a bit of an ear rape. Ooh. Mute, is it? Pipe is staying. Next one's Crash. Bit of a cheap one, but yeah. No, Crash is gone. And last but not least is Thunderstorm or Storm Weather. We'll just call it Thunder. Yeah, we like that one. Cool. Okay, so that takes us down to how many am I getting rid of? So I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That leaves us about 18. That'll be perfect. In the meantime, guys, I think Monsieur Tav should be on about now if he's streaming right now. That helps me out big time. Tomorrow I'll get rid of these in a minute, and tomorrow we'll do the Lumia Point ones. We'll get down. We'll get rid of some of them for you, and then the day after, if we've got time, we'll do the Channel Point ones. So let's see what Tav's up to. He's playing Saxingham, guys. So let's go over and join Tav, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get on to TMP, what we were trying to do today. So we'll at least get in 2,000 miles in a second if it's working. Hopefully, maybe even if I have to do it on single player. But for now, let's go and join Tav, and I shall see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for your help on that, and you guys have a great day. Toodles.